Morning, friends, and welcome. So, I had a request for some shorter meditations, and nobody was able to join me for the meditation class this morning. So, I'm going to turn this into one of those shorter meditations for you. So, try to find yourself with an erect spine and close the eyes. And right off the bat, we're going to actually bring our awareness into our heart. And maybe have a little self inquiry there with your awareness there. And that is, what is your intention? Why did you come to this practice? Why did you start this video? And don't expect it to be just an immediate answer. That might be intuition, but it might also just be a superficial answer, so to speak. So sit with that for a few moments. Maybe to find a little bit more peace if something is happening, to relieve stress, to find more clarity in your thoughts and your emotions. Right? There are 1,000 reasons. What is yours? Be gentle and kind with yourself, and with whatever answer arises, hold that. Maybe even imagine holding yourself. And maybe imagine that the corners of your heart are turning up into a little smile, having been seen, having been listened to. And then bring your awareness up into your eyes. And that can also encompass, the in, up, and around the forehead, the eyebrows. But the muscles of the eyeballs themselves, even, they get really tense on a lot of us, and most of us don't even notice that. So imagine all of the muscles of the eyeball itself softening, releasing. And just a reminder, part of what we do when we bring our awareness to these parts, especially these deeper bits of us, is we're starting to mentally map, right? We're asking our brain to tune into that part of the body. And the more we do that, the more there's a possibility it actually can, and we become aware of the senses. And as you soften through that area, that's stage one, right? Stage two would be, can you sense, can you feel that part of the area, and what's the felt sense? And then stage three, maybe imagine the corners of the eyes turning up into a slight smile. Hunter likes that one. And bringing the awareness down into the inside of the mouth. And, we often talk about the jaw and the tongue because they're the most accessible. But can you get a felt sense of your gums? Or maybe of your teeth? Can you feel your teeth? Can you feel your palate? And yes, also the tongue and the hinge of the jaw. And then as you sense that area, right, softening it, A, getting a felt sense of it, B, and C, maybe imagine the corners of the mouth turning up into a slight smile. And then bringing the awareness to the inside of the shoulders. If you feel tension, soften. And then go a little deeper. Try to go inside, right? See if you can sense the muscles, the ligaments, the tendons, the fascia. And again, even if you're like, there's no way I can sense that, just go with me. Just bring your awareness there and tune into the area. Who knows what the mind is capable of? Think of softening from the inside out. Get a felt sense of the area, whatever that is today for you. And then instead of the shoulders themselves smiling, think of your collarbone, which connects over to the shoulders, right? If that collarbone is smiling, maybe that allows us to sit up nice and tall with our soft, beautiful, vulnerable heart open. And then one more stop in this vein. Let's go ahead and bring our awareness down into our abdomen. And not everybody knows all the organs and where they are, what they look like. So don't get stuck on that. But as you bring your awareness to that area, I want you to think of softening through the belly, like the whole abdomen. Low back needs a little bit of muscular action to sit up tall, but even softening what you can through the low back. And moving from the inside out, softening what you can, any tension. And then getting a felt sense for that area. Imagining, if you could, that you could feel your small intestine and your liver and your stomach and your ovaries or whatever you have going on in your body. Any of my friends who have had anything removed, you might even imagine that that's still there and you can sense that. And then the last piece of that is imagining that your abdomen turns up into a slight smile. Everything in there, digestion, reproductive, was all content. And if there's anywhere else in your body where you feel tension or you want to check in and get a felt sense of that area, take a few moments and do that. Especially if you're working with sensitivities, injuries, issues, right? Medical conditions, check in. But I also like to remind people, if you're someone who lives with chronic pain and you're constantly going to that place, for me, I'll bring up an instance, my right shoulder blade, right? I have this particular area around it and it's often tense, tight, uncomfortable, and in pain. One and all of those things potentially. And one technique to work with that is when you notice that, and that's where your brain goes, you've got a mental map that's going there, right? A pathway. And if you keep going there over and over and again, that pathway gets bigger and bigger and bigger, kind of like how a river makes a canyon. So what happens if we move away from that after noticing it and checking in, and we bring our awareness to a part of the body that's very still and that doesn't have pain? And what if we keep trying to get our river, right, our path to go to there instead? It is a technique used to work with chronic pain that can be very effective, I should say. And let's end by bringing our hands together in front of our heart. Take a big old inhale. Exhale, bowing the head into the heart. Taking just a moment and imagine that this whole body, right, turning up into a smile. Namaste, friends. Hopefully, this was a nice little short ditty you can fit into your week, and may you be well. May all beings everywhere be well.